Hey Hodies, welcome to my channel. My name is hautemesstom and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're just going to play with some makeup. I want to do something kind of like the polar opposite of what I did in my last video. So instead of being like easy breezy, we're going to not make things difficult, but we're going to do something that requires a little bit, maybe not finesse, but maybe finesse. That's what I'm planning on doing today. So I will be talking about also some products that I really haven't like shared too much of my opinion on the channel, and hopefully work those into my look today. That's the plan anyway. So if you are new here, my channel is really all about loving my makeup collection as it is, and then when I do decide to bring something into my makeup collection, I try to be very considerate before doing that, making sure that I'm making the best decision for me, and if not for me, for my channel. But I really like for those two things to coincide, preferably. If that kind of content sounds good to you, I would love to have you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, and I'm also on Patreon if you would like to support me there. There's only about a week left to vote for me for Best of Pittsburgh. I'm nominated in 3 categories: Best Lifestyle Influencer, Best YouTube Account, and Best Thirst Trap. So if you could vote for me in those categories, the link is in my description box down below. I would appreciate your vote, and if you have already voted for me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm not really sure if I'm wearing it. I don't know what arm this sleeve is supposed to go on. I already have a lip balm on my lips. Okay, so we're gonna start with the eyes. We're gonna try to put a lot of stuff on it. I think I might even like use some glitters. That's the plan anyway. We're on a journey. I'm not really sure where we're headed. I want to do something that's like sculpted and purposeful, but not. I have a little bit of a vision. The amount of makeup that I have, I've already pulled makeup out in front of me, and I'm continuing to pull more makeup out. So if that's like any indicator of how this is gonna go, I mean, I guess that's what I'm saying. That might be the indicator of how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna actually start with the MAC Paint Pot. I want a little bit of coverage on the eyes today. I'm not really into horoscopes, but my friend Jordan, this is the second call out she's gotten this week. My friend Jordan knows my birth chart. I don't really know my birth chart. And I'll do something and she'll say like, that's so whatever. I know I'm a Scorpio. And then she said something the other day, I was talking about something, and she said, that's totally your whatever. And I was like, sure. I don't really know what any of it means. But anyway, I have kind of read in the astrological sciences, we're just going to call them sciences for the sake of science, that like, it's common to be like tired right now. Like, I have been tired, but I'm not feeling like sad, but perhaps I'm sad unbeknownst to myself, which I guess is also something that could be true. I just thought of some other good ideas. I keep thinking of like what I want from this and what I think it's gonna happen and what it's actually gonna happen are gonna probably be very different things. I've been feeling so tired. We're gonna be doing something really intense. Now, here's the thing that I haven't mentioned on my channel yet. This is the Black Orb from Ritual Defeat. Now, I don't know if it's because it's summertime or it's just like I've had this product in my collection for a while, but it like works better for me now. And I actually pulled it out of my decluttering box because what happened was I had a black kohl liner that I liked more than this, but then that like kind of dried up and fell out of the tube, and then I rolled over it, which you might have seen if you watched my declutter video. That's why I pulled it out, and I've kind of been enjoying playing with it. I don't think this is like something I probably wouldn't use for like longevity or anything like that. I would just probably utilize this for like looks. Do I know what I'm doing? No. This is gonna kind of maybe be the theme of the video, is just like we're putting things in places, but kind of with like no discernible goal. I also meant to like powder my base, but it's okay. I'm not planning on like wearing this anywhere. I do want to start like, I do kind of want the, I don't know. Maybe I just kind of want to smear things all over my face today. We'll like put that up there. I am going to add some depth with the Hindash palette. I'm going to use the black in that palette and just kind of like build on what we're doing here, whatever that is. Feels right. But I've been like so tired. Like after work, I'll just like sit in my bed and just like watch TikToks for hours. And I understand that like that's like common practice for some people, where it's just like that's what we're doing. We're just like kind of people who watch TikToks, and I get it, but like that's like not normally my vibe. Like I try really hard not to do that and just like vegetate. I mean, at night, it's all bets are off. Like after 9 p.m., like I'm on TikTok just like enjoying myself, having a grand old time. I don't really know what's going on. I'm feeling just tired. But I do feel like we are in this like transitionary period. Like I don't have kids, nor do I want them, but I understand that it is like in fact back to school. Should I just stop? I think that we've nailed it. I want to add sparkly things. But honestly, this is a vibe. This is a look. It feels purposeful and also not. But we all know the truth. You and I both know the truth that you didn't know what you were saying. Random RuPaul's Drag Race quote for you. I don't think, the people who host All Right Mary, they say that a lot. And I'm like, everyone knows that quote. I don't think people outside of the All Right Mary fandom like really refer to that quote, because it's like, I think I want to be green. I think I want to do green, but we could do other colors. I'm not really I can't be too fussed about it either way, to be quite honest with you. We're gonna have hot pink too. But I feel like I've been doing a lot of purples, as if I've been doing like a lot of any kind of color. Like we all know anything I say is a lie on this channel. I have some Cleona shades over here. I'm just kind of playing with those. I'm not really gonna shout out any names. Getting underneath them is like pretty difficult. I also, since I've been watching TikToks, if you're not on TikTok, there's this viral sound going on about, well, it started as this kid talking about corn, and then someone made it into a song, and like corn, like on the cob, it's corn. And the part that gets me is like, it's got the juice, like that part of this. And I know if you know, you know, and if you don't, I'm so sorry. If you don't know, you're better off than I am, to be quite honest with you. Like you don't need to know these things.
For me, I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn! A good corn Vietnam. It has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's corn! I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. Gonna try to get that amazing thing.
You guys like gold. Here, cool. Gold. I'm sure it'll turn into some other color, or probably will look like a different color on camera, but to me in this moment, that's a very glittery, pretty gold. I might not even have grabbed the same gold. We're on to something. Yeah. I like where we're headed. Where is it? I don't know. Life's about the journey, not the destination. I need you to trust the process so that I feel like I've trusted my own process. That color looks pretty. So just, maybe I'll just like start putting things like, ooh, that one feels good. I'm gonna put it like right here and like around that black dot on my eye. Yeah, that feels right. Over here, I'm just gonna like put it right there. So that's what's been going on in my brain. I also have been like kind of unpacking a certain new feeling that I've been having, and it's been like an interesting journey for me to go down. I'm not really ready to talk about it like publicly yet, because I haven't like figured out my feelings about it, but we're on a journey, like a new journey. I want to put that color on, but I think I want to put it on with a fluffier brush. Which one did I say I wanted? This one that's really like flaky. How's that gonna go on? Oh, that's how that's gonna go on. I just maybe want to put that on the lid over here. Yeah. Doing some like blending. I think we're like approaching maybe like the last couple colors that I want to put on my lid. I feel like maybe, do we do a curveball? I see a blue in here. I really don't know what it shifts to. What about this blue? This blue looks like fun. Ooh. Do you see that? Ooh. We're getting somewhere. Is it good? Does it matter? This is kind of what makeup playtime is all about. It's just like doing whatever. The whole point is not for you to copy me, but if you're inspired by me, I would love to see it. I like how this is kind of like doing that. Oh, remember, to my patrons, remember when I accidentally did that cut through? Maybe we'll do one of those today on purpose. I do think I want to add a color that's, well, I already have like that color that's not really on this side. It's like right here, but it's like you really can't see it. I want to do like a different color up there. Perhaps this purple. Oh, I love that. It's gonna be really hard to do foundation and stuff on my forehead, but we'll figure it out. Maybe, okay. All right. I think, I think, I think I have an idea. I think I have a plan. I really haven't had one thus far. So it's my best friend's birthday today. So everyone wish Tiffany happy birthday. But it's the day I'm recording, not the day you're seeing it. So you should still wish Tiff Sylvania on Instagram a happy birthday, even though it's belated. What we're doing for their birthday is they got their hands on, well, their husband got their hands on Mall Madness, the 90s. This is like what they wanted to do for their birthday, like the 90s Mall Madness. And so, or maybe early thousands. And so we are like gonna play Mall Madness. Apparently it's a fully functioning situation. Like, it's gonna be pretty great. And I'm looking forward to that. And it feels really good. Something has happened on my face. But I think that we should all consider approaching our makeup like this. So now what I think I'm gonna do, I feel like I have like kind of like a cloud aura going on here. So I think I'm gonna get some like micellar water and maybe do a similar effect to that cut through, but like maybe with like more purpose than when I did it on accident. What I think is, because this kind of looks like a cloud to me, like a cloud, nebulous cloud. I just need you to know that nebulous clouds are real. That's a thing. It doesn't look like what I said it looked like, but they do exist. So I just want credit, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a cutout and kind of make it look like lightning, but not like hokey lightning, if you know what I mean. I really want it to look like, maybe I don't know what I want it to look like. Well, just like, I saw this TikTok that changed my life a little bit. I'm like, I used to like, okay, so I'm like into Harry Potter enough to like know like some of the lore of Harry Potter. This person popped up into my For You page on TikTok and was like, remember how the movie studio literally made it look like a really shitty shitty lightning bolt on Harry Potter's forehead because he has a scar on his forehead, if you're not familiar with the lore. And then they showed a bunch of artist renditions and how it just kind of looked like I don't mean this to be like that, but like a vein that kind of burst, but that like had the effect of lightning. And I was like, oh my god, changed my life a little bit. Honestly, I've been thinking about it a lot since that happened. I kind of want to do like from here, just like a little bit of like a zigzag. Like a zigzaga, if you're familiar, if you're in the know. So it's turning out a little bit more like a cartoony. I'm sure you can't see it with all like the reflective things going on my eye right now, but it's looking exactly how I didn't want it to look. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. You know what's going on in my head right now. It's got the juice, the most incredible thing. So now I'm gonna take this like gold pigment that I have, and I'm gonna use Mayron mixing medium, or well, that's what I'm using, but if you wanted to use something different, you could certainly do that. And I'm gonna mix that together and like make something like really impactful, and hopefully the gold will stick out from the other shiny things. But I okay. The homophobia I'm experiencing. Okay, there we go. It's got the juice, the most incredible thing. So I did this interesting thing when I was like decluttering my collection, and some of that I did on camera, but some of it I did off a little bit beforehand, like a little bit before I did that decluttering video on my channel. And I like took all my Pat McGrath singles, instead of like actually properly depotting these, like when I say singles, they're like in the plastic, like the single plastic ones. I literally just ripped the lid off and put a magnetic sticker on the bottom, and I like stuck them into my magnetic palette. So it's not really giving what I wanted it to, but it'll do. It's like literally fine. I mean, it's certainly not doing something on purpose. You can tell in real life, but on camera, I mean, we both know the truth. Like, you were here for this, so I just need you to tell everyone that like go to my Insta. Wow. Me accidentally seamlessly plugging. Never. I'm so bad at like segues and transitions. When I used to podcast, it was like one of like the things that kept me up at night. I was like, wow, I really should be much better at this than I am. Just segueing. I like how it's like the only purposeful thing I did, and I like how you can kind of see that. We're gonna leave this side. I kind of like the just what's going on over here. I am gonna take a little more of that like thunderous purple and kind of like do some of that. Just to, the start just looked too artificial for me. It's okay that the end looks artificial because like who knows what's gonna happen down here. And I do think what I'm gonna do with this side is I'm going to like do like a clean streak up, like just all the way up here. And then I'm gonna leave this side kind of like really blown out and like doing some funky stuff. But we're not to that part yet. Next thing that I wanna do is I have these two things. I have mentioned them like briefly on my channel. These are the Spectra, this is from the brand The Unseen. These are Spectra eye colors. And so what these are like flash activated pigments. And so if you've ever seen, like I have some clothing that has this material, almost think as if you see someone jogging at night and then like you turn a corner and then like their jacket's reflecting back at you. That's kind of what this does. And the reason I haven't used them too much myself, but I also haven't used them too much on camera, is that I haven't figured out how to get them to show up on this camera. I've only ever been able to get them to show up on my phone. I don't think I'm gonna spend too much time fussing with that here on my channel today, but just know that like, it's something that I am trying to figure out because I kind of want to do like a dedicated review to them, but I also realize that that might be out of my capacity. So what I'm going to do, there's one that's black and then there's one that's gray, and the one that's gray is almost like invisible. And so I don't think I'm actually going to use the gray one, but I do want to use the black one today. And so what I'm going to do is I have this fan brush, which I like cut up because I have another fan brush that I actually like use for, you know, highlights or whatever I would actually use a fan brush for. What I like to do with this is like I got some of the pigment on the edge there, and this pigment's really, really interesting. It's like inky and like gel-like, and I'm just gonna kind of like stamp this, and maybe like on the corner here, just like drag just a little bit. Just a little bit. I kind of look like the new Natasha Denona palette that was previewed. That just kind of looks like black splotches right now, and it should. And I think that's good. I do think maybe, ooh, it's okay. We're gonna be cleaning up some things. I am also gonna like maybe like really heavily do some right here. So this kind of feels like a grease paint to me if you've ever like used like paints for like Halloween. And then I almost feel like I'll do some like heavier here. You know what I'll do? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna actually take it and just draw. So what I want actually is when I take the micellar water, because I plan on cutting this, I'm gonna cut it right along the edge of that black line, and I'm going to, so whenever I would turn the flash on my phone, it will just catch a little bit of that property, and then maybe I'll do it a little bit like a liner too on this eye. I always feel like I gloop out just like a little bit too much of this. What is it? I probably will have to add more because I want to actually take that black up higher. Well, I guess, where's that brush? I'm sure. Oh, that dried really fast. Okay. Anyway, so I am gonna now start working on cleaning up this edge with micellar water. You know, that's not really a straight line, but you know, we all have curvatures to our face, and I kind of like that it's like doing that. I kind of like, what I wanted to do was a straight line, but like you can clearly tell that I did that on purpose. And you know, I think I'm gonna do some more colors underneath this eye, but I'm gonna keep this really clean. But I like where we are. I think I've tortured my eyes enough. So, not tortured, but I do think I've worked them. I have other things that I could have used. But I think we've hit maximum velocity. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, this is a Thorn oil from Ritual Defee. This is their like priming oil. I'm sure you've seen it around, especially if you watch Hannah Lee's Postin or if you watch Teresa is Dead. Hannah recently got this and talked about it, and I got it at the same, like, I think that me and Hannah got that on the same PR blast. So, because we got it around the same time, because she talked about it on her channel a little bit after I got mine. So, anyway, I have been using this. I haven't really come to, like, firm conclusions on it. But here's what I will say. I think if you have dry skin, you will really, really like this. If you have oily skin, I don't know if you'll like it as much. However, if you have oily skin and you like glowy things, I think you'll like it. So Ritual Defee recommends 5 to 8 drops, and I just do 3, and I do it in the palm of my hand. Ritual Defee also mentions on they sent me like a little a fact sheet. This came via PR. I think I just mentioned that, but in case I didn't explicitly say it, I got this in PR. They say that they don't recommend they want you to use like oil-based foundations and products on top of it. And I found that doesn't really matter. What you put on top of it works pretty well, no matter what the situation is. But as you can see, it made my face really glossy and glowy. And it does really like a really nice job, like, you know, getting the face ready for makeup. It does. But this is not the desired effect for everyone. But for me, it's really working. Wow. You know, every time I do my eyes like this, I just feel like I look really Black Swan, even though that's not the goal. But it always ends up feeling that I've done that. I accidentally overpaid on my taxes, and today my local tax people sent me a check, and I got it today. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I overpaid on my federal and my state, which I would assume that if I accidentally did that for local. Although no one, you know how like, if you ever use like TurboTax or whatever, you know, if you're like using it and it's like, it helps you with like state and federal, but not your local, leave me to my own devices with the local taxes. And I don't know what I'm doing. I try really hard. Nope, that was not the thing. I'm gonna use some green color corrector. I want my skin to look poreless. I want it to like look kind of unreal. So I'm gonna be putting a lot more just makeup in general on my face than I usually do. This isn't what I mean, we already kind of talked about earlier in the week what I would wear on a regular basis. It's probably, my skin won't look perfected around all of the clouds and stuff, the blown out stuff, but I really want it to look perfected where I can get it super perfected. I just realized that this wasn't the brush that I intended to use, but it's fine. It's not a bad brush. It's just like, wasn't the brush that I was choosing to do. So now I'm going to take some of the Disappour from Dr. Jart. I'm just going to put that, I'm going to kind of concentrate that where I feel like I have the most pores. And also, obviously, this does have some coverage. Like, we're doing the full glam, babes. And what's great about this is that you don't need that much of it to really get the effect that you need from it. I always end up squirting too much of this out too. I just really can't be trusted with a squeezy bottle because it's like, imagine if I tried to be an artist. And I understand that I'm not trying to discredit makeup artistry as an art form at all, obviously. But like, I'm imagining myself with acrylic paints, which just from that, well, look at how I'm just like a floating head with like some nebulous on my face. Imagine me with like acrylic paints, which I know to be expensive, in art school, and just like glopping it out and just running through it so fast. Oh my God. You know, I already get stressed out about things sometimes, but that specific thought stresses me out quite a bit. So then I'm going to use the Giorgio Armani concealer. I'm going to just do it on the under eyes. I might do it. Yeah. Let's get this ball. Let's get it going. Let's really conceal and not feel. how are you guys feeling about the Chromatica era of Lady Gaga? Now, I've been seeing like TikToks about the shows, and I don't intend on going, and I like Lady Gaga, but like the set list is bonk. Like, it's not good. I don't like it. That being said, I do have some bias. Like, Chromatica isn't my favorite Lady Gaga album, although I did like it. Like, it was the first one I listened to since Born This Way. That is saying something. I understand you're touring the album, Chromatica, but like, maybe less Chromatica. Not no Chromatica, which that feels like the wrong answer, but less. But less. Also, I can't believe she opened with Bad Romance. To me, that's like a sin. Bad Romance, not the opener. Encore. One of the encores. Even if you want to finish with a Chromatica banger, I still think the right answer is to have it close to closing. Anyway, that might be some unpopular opinions from me, someone who really doesn't listen to Lady Gaga that much. Okay, now I'm gonna put on the Surratt Dewdrop foundation. I probably would have picked another foundation, but I do believe that this is almost out, if not is out. It's dropping, but it's not, dew dropping. Wow, first of all, I think this is maybe the first time I finished something like on camera. Yeah, that was it. There's like a little bit left. I'm just gonna use what I got out of it, and I think now it keeps going, but I do feel as though that was maybe the last bit of it. I got it. Right. I started watching, I'm really late to the game. I'm so bad at watching television shows. I started watching Abbott Elementary on HBO, which I don't think did HBO pick it up? I know that was not the channel. It was a network television show, wasn't it? I had a really good time. I've had a really good time watching it. If you are a fan of Lindsay Lohan's The Parent Trap, if you are of my age and that was like a pivotal movie for you, if you remember Chessie, yes, Chessie, the woman who, I don't know, works for the dad. I really don't remember what they're like. I don't know, a nanny situation. She's in it. And she's so funny. But also, of course, the showrunner, like the creator, whose name I can't remember, but he's got money. That comedian, she's in it. She's so funny. It's very funny. It's giving Parks and Recreation. It's giving The Office, but in a different setting. I will tell you, I understand that there's a principal character and she's so unlikable, and I understand that her whole thing is that she's supposed to be unlikable. Man, I wonder if I'll come around to her, if they'll give her any like growth over time. I'm gonna contour weird. So just, we're gonna just contour up there. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna do that to this side of my face. I realize that I'm pulling a lot of skin. Don't do that too much, we don't really want to be pulling on skin. But I want it to like kind of follow it all the way up to my ear. I want things to feel a little bit angular. And contouring is a really good way to make yourself just a little bit more angular. But I recommend that show. I don't know that that's what you're asking for. I was thinking about doing like a favorites video, but I think I'll just like casually work them into this video. I bought the Chanel top coat on the recommendation of one of you, and I will have to find your name. I will put it on the screen because thank you. So I had been complaining in one video about how I had hollow top coat and base coat, and whoever recommended it to me, they said, just get the Chanel top coat. You won't need to put on a base coat. And I was weary, and I actually held out for like a month or so after reading that comment, but I kept thinking about it because I just hadn't been wearing nail polish because it was chipping so fast. If I'm painting my nails, I need the nail polish to last at least like 5 days without chipping, preferably 7 to 10, but I need it to last 5 days, and it was like chipping after 2. So I bought the Chanel top coat, and whoever recommended to me, you were right. I have been getting 7 to 10 days without chipping with the Chanel top coat, no base coat. That's a new favorite of mine. Now, I'm not telling you need the Chanel top coat, because if you have a base coat and a top coat, or a top coat that works for you, I love that. I love that for you. My reasoning, and I don't need to justify this to you, but I kind of have been thinking a lot about it because the Holo Taco, there's always a fly. There's always a fly. So the Holo Taco base and top coat, I think they're $14 or $13 each. And I know that Holo Taco is planning a price increase soon just due to all of the things going on in the world. Buying the top coat and the base coat is like $26. The Chanel top coat's $30, which is still more, but it's only one product. It's like less work for me. And so I've been digging that. I also have been trying some new nail polishes to me. These are by Mooncat. There's 2 different shades on me. I'll have them what they are in the description box below. But they're really pretty. I bought a magnetic one. Neither one of these is magnetic, but the magnetic one I did wrong, of course. I didn't read instructions, and I really should have. I don't know. I had no business thinking that I'd be able to do that without reading instructions. Well, there wasn't just like without watching a video or anything. So I won't be able to try that again. And I do think I did try the magnetic one already, and it chipped pretty fast, but I think it's because I didn't do the magnetic part, right? So for those of you who are not in the know, and I wasn't in the know until I got it. So basically, there's like little metal bits, little metal particles that are inside of the nail polish. And so when you hold a magnet, they sent me a magnet too to like use with it. You put a magnet over top and it like obviously attracts all of the magnet. You should do this before it dries. This is where I failed. I tried doing it after it dried. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought that would work. I don't know why I thought that after drying was the time, but that's what I thought. But anyway, I think the metal bits, you know, I'm pretty reckless with my hands. I like hit them off everything all of the time, actually. It's kind of sad. I think that chipped off because of the metal grit, like kind of not doing its thing. I also think with that I need to do 2 top coats maybe because of like there's like a lot of texture to it. It's not like glitter polish where, you know, when you put the top coat on, it just feels like there's not glitter. It like smooths it out. So I really don't love a textural nail polish. I know some people are very into that. It's just like not my gig. This eye look is pretty fierce. It's got the juice. I would put a counter, but I'm too lazy. But if you want to count at home, how many times have I sung, it's got the juice? Where are we at? What am I doing? Okay, I think I'm actually going to forego bronzer because I don't really want to add like a bronziness to this look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to powder, and then I'm going to actually like do a powder contour in that same angular situation. Okay, so here's the thing that I don't have my like final thoughts on yet, but this is the Westman Atelier powder. I think I kept it vague in my last video too, but if you have dry skin, I think you're really gonna like this powder. I'm saying that explicitly because I just don't think people with oily skin will get on with this. But I'm gonna apply it to this side of my face so you can see the effect it has. So it does some soft blurring. Like you can see how it's done some perfecting from that side to this side. Hopefully you can. I think I can see it in the monitor. But like it just really perfects the skin in such an elegant way. And it's not that it doesn't like mattify, but I would say like on my oily skin, it's not mattifying as if I, you know, how I would want, not how I would want, but how whenever I really was really concerned about the way the oils looked on my face, I think that it wouldn't be enough for me then, because you can still see how much glow I'm getting even though I added powder. And that's like a thing I really like about it, is that you can kind of add it as much as you'd like and then you fully don't have any issues with it. The other thing is, if I'm just using this powder and not using the Chantecaille in tandem with it, I find that I don't need to use like setting spray, which is fine, like, which I don't mind using setting spray, but I think that's kind of like cool, right? Like I think that's kind of cool that like when I'm done with my look, I'm like, no setting spray. And I understand that like everyone's opinion on setting spray seems to be pretty different. My thoughts on it, I'm still trying to formulate in my brain how I want to do that video and demo and things like that, because I've never just like done a review on powder. I think in my brain, I need to mastermind it as if I have done like a foundation review, but I don't know that it needs to be that serious. But I do want to do its own dedicated video to it. So I'm gonna just take some contour powder. It's got the juice. Oh, there it is. And so I'm just gonna like really just go up. I still want it to be subtle, like, and like not look too crazy, because I have done like really angular contours before where it's like I want there to be like almost like a harsh line, but that's not really how I want it to look. I just want bring it in more of at an angle. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like it's doing something different. Oh, maybe I'll contour my nose. Ooh, I haven't done that in so long. That sounds like fun to me. You know what also I'm still thinking about? I've never really stopped. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what still thinking about means, Tom. I'm still thinking about Renaissance by One Beyond Knowles. Here's where we are so far. Okay. I don't know what blush I want to use. Ooh. I'm gonna use the shade Taco for my blush today, which is like a Sugar Pill single shadow. Don't know if they make it anymore. Every time I refer to a Sugar Pill shadow that I have, it's like something that they don't make anymore. And I'm not even gonna try to bring it down on my cheekbone too much. And just like pull it back into the hair. You can pull my hair back. Yeah. Who's a clown? I'm a clown. Who's a clown? I'm a clown, they're a clown. I'm gonna put black eyeliner on. I meant to do that earlier, but I'm just gonna do waterline and tight line. I love doing looks like this, and I'm always like, why don't I do them more? It's because I hate cleaning up after them. There's a lot more work to that. It's got the juice, most incredible thing. I think I'm gonna use... Okay, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? No, wait. So I'm gonna add some more little poofies underneath the eyes. Looking up to the sky for something I may never find. So I'm gonna use one of these like glimmer shades from Cleona as like a highlight, and then I'm gonna also put a highlight topper, like the Ritual Defy, the Alchemist on top. I think it'll be a vibe. I didn't even put the same shades on both sides, but on purpose. I was like, this might be a vibe. It's, you know, I always want to like, what's a vibe? What's the vibe? I'm trying to find it. Always chasing it. Ooh, ooh, grr. Ooh, ooh, grr. I'm now going to put the Chantecaille powder on because, again, we want, like, our skin to be alien-like, imperceptible, but perceptible, but never perceived. I'm going to spray my face, and then we will figure out the lip situation and put on mascara. I will. Oh, here's another favorite. So my internet friend, Khadijah, I'm considering them an internet friend. We DM on Instagram, and they follow me on Instagram. So, like, that's something, right? I think that's a win. They're a pretty big deal here on YouTube. They're a video essayist, and they did this wonderful series on kind of like compassion for men. And they used to do like weekly videos, and now they're kind of doing seasons. And this was like, this whole season was kind of about but like educating us, learning together. And that's really the vibe, is like, it's like we're learning with Khadijah about these things. And like, anyway, it's like kind of unpacking misandry, or like maybe like the feelings, how I'm not really saying any of this right. And I want to actually watch it all again with a more open mind now that I feel like I have a bit more of an open mind. But like, I'm gonna link, hopefully there's a playlist to this season. I'm gonna link it down below, and I highly recommend it because I am I have been historically pretty dismissive of men and their capacity and their ability to grow. So I don't know if you feel that way, or like if you've ever kind of had like a fuck all men mentality and like men are trash mentality. It's something to consider. Anyway, something to check out. It's hard work. It's hard to like hear that stuff a little bit because, like, you know, historically men have proven themselves too often, maybe time to see trash. But, you know, sometimes we think we're not blanket statementing in our mind, but like we actually are, and it's like hard to unpack that. And like, you know what? I want to add some of the Alchemist to the top too. I just want something to kind of like drift off into the hairline, and I think that the Alchemist could do that for us. Yeah, I don't know that I really said what I needed to say about Khadijah's series, but I highly recommend it. It's hard work, it's hard learning to do, it's hard to have an open mind to those concepts whenever you feel very strongly about men, as I certainly do. And I actually like had some slight conversations with them about it, and I was like, I felt very called in by the whole series, and I just wondering if maybe any of you would get something out of that. Obviously not makeup content, not easy content. I find my content's easy, and that's good. I'm okay with that. I'm trying to figure out, I feel like I just need to do a neutral lip. I'm gonna just do a dark brown lip. Merit's 1990. I was gonna talk about and use my newer Givenchy lipstick, but I don't think that's gonna be the vibe here. I don't have a towel nearby, so I'm just very casually wiping off the lip balm. And I am also gonna use a dark brown lip liner. We're gonna do like a very 90s lip. But that's like kind of always what I do though, to be quite honest. Honestly, I feel like I could never go wrong with a brown lip. Could never go wrong with 1990, just period. Full stop. This is it. Oh my god. We really played with the makeup today. I'm gonna turn off my lights, and I'm gonna see if we can get the shiny thing to happen. I'm going to kind of do camera in camera here. I think I might be a little bit too glittery for the effect of the thing to happen. Most of the time in Let's Play with Makeup, I kind of reflect on everything I used. I think today I'm gonna actually pass on that. I've been recording for quite some time. We ended up with like a very fun and intense look. I mean, you all know that this is like not my normal gig whenever we sit down and play with makeup, kind of ever. Like sometimes I do this off camera, but it's really hard to do this kind of look on camera, in my opinion, for me. Anyway, if you've made it through this whole video and you're not already subscribed, well, boy howdy, I would love to have you, boy howdy, I would love to have you subscribe. So please subscribe now. Make sure you vote for me for Best of Pittsburgh and like this video before you leave it. I'm also on patreon.com if you would like to support me there. And I think that's where we wrap up today's video. Remember to follow your haute and you will find me. I will see you in my next video. Bye! Did you stay?